Hello and welcome to Reels to Rentals. I'm Susie Rogers here with my husband David Williams. We're the owners of Northside Video here in McMinnville, Tennessee. Good to see everybody back this week. Now, did you overeat last Thursday on Thanksgiving? Did you?
No, I can't.
No, that's right, you can't. That medicine they got you on you,
Right.
you're done.
I know. But hey, I know when to, but I can graze throughout. But you know something, there's a lot of the basketball seasons are going now. The footballs, the playoffs are right now.
We'll be gearing up before long.
And so there's a lot going on for people. And then of course the hustle and bustle of the starting for the shopping season.
Well, you know, we've noticed people already have up Christmas trees and begin to see some decorations already. But it's like me and Karen was talking here the other day at Ben Lomond. If you don't get it up, you have so much time and effort put into it, you really don't get to enjoy it.
That's right. And you know, there's a lot of people that they work hard on their homes and their yards and stuff and things here in the Upper Cumberland. I mean,
there's a lot to see and a lot to do.
That's right. So
during the holiday season.
You know, every town's got something special going on.
Sure does.
But, you know, I think that we just don't think about all the different places here that does have something going on.
I know, maybe we ought to do a show about that. About this time of the year, just do an informational show about where people can go to find Christmas lights or nativities, the live nativity, you know, there's several of those in Middle Tennessee, and Christmas pageants. And
so there's a bunch going on.
Yeah.
But we hope that they'll take a little bit of time to watch a movie or two.
Oh, definitely.
You know,
maybe it'll get blurry enough they'll want to watch a movie.
Well, and you know, also we got plenty of Christmas movies.
We have tons of Christmas movies.
Everybody needs to go ahead and think about if they need to special order that favorite movie for somebody, to go ahead and get that order in.
That's true.
Because it gets harder and harder the closer it gets to Christmas.
Sure does.
So, but anyway, we got some really good movies. The fourth one in a series of movies is on this. Docudrama loosely.
Yeah.
DC.
We got a little bit of everything.
Yep.
All right, so let's take a look at these movies for today. We're going to start with a little movie you may not have heard much of, but it's a good little sort of a sci-fi thriller. Let's look at the trailer for 57 seconds.
You ever had something so crazy happen to you, you can barely believe that it happened?
We have developed a neurotechnology that allows you to be your best self. You're still you, just the best you. Who and why?
It's the ring. It takes you back in time, 57 seconds. That's unreal. Lucky number 7. 15.
15, black.
Yes!
Thank you very much.
Did you rob a bank?
I went to the casino, I got super lucky. I had like a bit of an edge.
Franklin, who is this?
That's my twin sister, Natalie. She actually OD'd on a pain pill they gave her. That pill killed my sister.
I detect a desire for justice.
Sig Thornton is responsible for the death of thousands with a drug he knew was devastatingly lethal. But how do I make sure that never happens to anyone again?
You're asking the wrong questions. The real breakthrough.
It's time travel.
Ignore the naysayers, Franklin, because money can buy you happiness.
This is not about your sister. This is about power.
Don't let the intellectual fear in here keep you from pursuing what's burning in here.
I wish I'd done some things differently.
That thing. Did you use it with me?
You just keep going back and redoing things till you get it right. Is that what a better future looks like? There's not enough time. Strap in!
That was a trailer for 57 seconds, rated R from Paramount. This stars Morgan Freeman and Josh Hutcherson in our lead roles. And this, we've seen little time travel movies before, but this one was just a little different. Good little concept, but it sort of made you stop to think, what is Josh Hutcherson's real reasoning for what he's doing back in time?
Right, and you know, you wouldn't think that 57 seconds could make that much difference in the world.
That's true.
You know, of course, Hutcherson gets this ring completely by accident. You know, Morgan Freeman knows what he's got, his character, and Josh Hutcherson's character starts out with maybe the right reasons, and then it starts getting twisted. You know, how twisted can it be for a lottery win, for a
Girlfriend.
for a revenge, for this or for that? And you know, I could see, like you said, the Josh Hutcherson's character was really good. We could see a variety of different people being able to play that role.
I could.
You know, this is a young actor. He's been, you know, in a few things.
He's been around since he was a kid.
Right, but it's hard to watch him more in this adult roles that he's twisting around in. But Morgan Freeman, he can just, you know, whenever he opens his mouth, he's got it.
He's Morgan Freeman, and he carries it with dignity.
Yes, and, you know, the friends that he's made and the places he's been is just unbelievable.
That's right.
And movies like this are things that you sit back and think, man, if I had that 57 seconds in a winning lottery,
What would I do?
what could I do? How could I change the world?
And Morgan Freeman sort of tries to lead him down the right path. But
But Morgan's got the wisdom.
That's right.
You know.
He's the dude.
He's the one that I can handle this. But
a smaller movie.
Paramount did it though. So, and even with an R rating, it's not that R.
More for violence. Yeah. But that was 57 seconds. The next movie we're going to take a look at comes from the DC universe. This sort of hit us by surprise, The Blue Beetle.
Excuse me, Mr. Reyes? You finished scraping the gum off that lounger or what?
Everything right now feels so out of reach.
You always land on your feet, bro. You're Jaime.
They don't get out much. I just want to rap. Jenny?
Guard that with your life, but do not open it.
You went in to get us jobs, and all you brought back was a hamburger?
Okay, I don't think it's a burger.
You haven't looked?
What the hell is that?
How did you get it to do that?
I think he likes me.
Jaime.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What the?
Host acquired.
Who said that? Okay, it's gonna be okay! Space.
Re-entry systems ready.
Wait, no!
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
What is going on?
I just wanna rock.
It's called the Scarab. It's some kind of world-destroying weapon. It's designed to protect its host.
This ain't what you want.
Sometimes it does what you want, and sometimes it doesn't.
Body out of here.
I think I cut a bus in half.
The Scarab chose you, but it belongs to me.
That love you feel for your family makes you weak.
I just wanna rock. You gon' kill my vibe, stand on my money, don't know my side.
The universe has sent you a gift, and you have to figure out what you're gonna do with it.
That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up the 5.
Whatever you can imagine, I can create.
Let's party.
Nice choice.
I just wanna rap.
Whoa. It's like Batman stuff.
Batman's a fascist.
I just wanna rap.
That was a trailer for The Blue Beetle, rated PG-13 from Warner Brothers. This stars Zolo, Marijuana, and Becky G. And this had some really good graphics and a little different storyline for DC.
Yeah, you know, the Blue Beetle, from what I ended up finding out as we looked at this, was a character that was back in the 50s, and then they sort of put him on the shelf for quite a while, and then all of a sudden here, he started reappearing again somewhere in the late 80s and early 90s in some of the comics. And, you know, this was a sort of a refreshing change for DC, you know.
It was. And they cast Susan Sarandon as the bad person. I didn't like that.
Well, that was a little rough to handle.
She plays it well.
She does. She can be that person. And, you know, this was probably the first DC comic that used somebody other than just American.
Right.
You know, or their heritage.
Right.
But the young man that played the
Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, he was just, you could almost tell he was like the guy in Shazam. I'm just happy to be playing this role.
I know.
I can't believe it.
I know. I
You
can't believe I got cast in this role.
Right, you know, and then of course, his family members and, you know, and this was a kid that he tried to do everything right. He went to college, he was wanting to get the good job and everything, but he just couldn't seem to get the break. So it was sort of another political throwback on, you know, hey, the poor people can't get ahead in life no matter what they do, but with the Blue Beetle outfit, life changes.
Life changes.
You know.
Every time you get an outfit, it changes.
That's true. And needless to say, you know, even Grandma got involved.
That's right. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, but this was one that was sort of a sleeper.
It was.
You know, now I'm sure if you're a DC person, you may know a whole lot more about this because
Exactly.
I'm not a, you know, believe it or not, I'm not a big comic book person.
Well, I guess being a girl, I'm not a big comic book person either. You know, I'd been more into Barbies and stuff like that instead of comic books. But
there's a lot of people that are.
They are. And back then they were cheap. Way back in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
You know, you could pick them up for a nickel.
Yeah. So.
Hey, but nickels were hard to come by.
That's right.
That's right. Walking from Rock Island to Matt Mill to buy one wasn't easy.
But the Blue Beetle, take a look at it.
Take a look at the Blue Beetle. Well, the next movie we want to take a look at the trailer is the fourth in a series. We could have done a whole show about this series of movies. Let's take a look at the trailer for Expendables number 4.
Welcome home, honey.
Do you read now?
What is this?
It's classified.
Coming with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You weren't invited.
Behavior. Nothing can stop me, I can't get enough. Playing with dangerous bad behavior. Bad behavior. They call it bad behavior.
Hey, why are you here?
I got this situation where I need your help.
I need bad friends.
Was that the new guy?
This our sniper?
Don't worry about it. I got a prescription scope.
Well, Hawkeyes, remember this face. Don't shoot it by accident.
Terrorists have taken possession of nuclear missiles on a cargo ship off the coast. If these babies go off, it'll be World War III.
Take cover!
To choose this life over friends, over family.
It's time to get loud.
Let's fly, baby!
talking about?
Is that the biggest one you've got?
Oh, it's way bigger than that.
That was the trailer for Expendables 4, rated R from Lionsgate Home Video. Of course, this stars Jason Statham and Sylvester Stallone back in our lead roles. Although Sly wasn't in this movie quite so much, and there was some grumbling about that, but they had rumored after 3 he wouldn't be in this movie at all, that he was turning it over to Jason Statham 100%, the Expendables, but he was there.
He was there, you know, Dolph Lundgren was there. What, Megan Fox is there.
Yeah, they introduced her this time.
50 Cent.
50 Cent, he was introduced. He was a new dude.
Yeah, I like that. You know, make sure and remember this face, you know, don't shoot it.
But when I was looking at, you know, we always look at, even though we've seen them, I'll go look at a trailer because I got to make sure they're all clean so Kelvin can show it to our viewing public. And I come across the trailer, evidently on these certain websites, fans will make up these trailers, and Kelvin probably knows this, he knows everything. But in this trailer, they had, this must have been these kids' ideal Expendables 4 movie. They had Liam Neeson. They didn't have Dwayne Johnson, they had The Rock. We know he's tougher than Dwayne Johnson. They had Arnold back in it. They had Bruce Willis back in it, and they had Jackie Chan in it. I love Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
But Jackie Chan actually was approached about doing this movie, but since it's an ensemble cast, he didn't think he could get enough screen time, and so Jackie Chan wasn't in it.
I could see that. I could see the scenes that he would have done in this movie too, you know. Now, and I'll tell you what, whenever I was looking at the trailers also, there's a Red Band trailer out there.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, so it's got a lot more blood and a lot more violence.
Okay.
And this movie definitely is not short on either one of those.
No.
Now, you know, unfortunately, you've sort of seen them, so you sort of know what to expect. Needless to say, nuclear weapons on a barge out in the middle of the ocean sort of starts setting the bar a little higher. And, you know, Jason Statham's character's a little rogue in this one, so, you know, he ain't exactly wanting to be part of the group right now. And
Right.
But, you know, needless to say, if you like the others, you're going to enjoy this one. The story, you know, it's action-packed. It's full of action. That's what they go for. It's like Sylvester Stallone, I think, said in the first one. He said, I'm trying to go back to the 80s where people just had action and stuff blowing up.
I tell you what, in this trailer, they had even taken younger faces of Sylvester Stallone, because I thought, boy, he looks young in that trailer. Well, they had taken and put another Sylvester Stallone in there from probably the first Expendables.
Or maybe even Rambo, you know.
Because he did look awfully good.
So, you know, and needless to say, you know, you don't know where they may go with this because Stallone was wanting to hand this off, but I think that his star power is sort of what helps keep funds coming to help
Well, that was
productions.
one of the gripes, you know, that he didn't have enough on-screen time in this movie.
But if you're the writer of it and stuff, which I know he did the original one, I don't know how much he laid in on this one. He was sort of like the Mickey Rourke character in the first one. He's sort of the one that sets up the mission, not necessarily the, I don't go on it now. Heck, I've done graduated from that. I don't have to go do that anymore. I'm tired of getting shot at. But anyway, Expendables 4, enjoy it. You can tell we did.
Yeah, we always like the Expendables. All right, now our last movie for today was a big box office hit this summer. It's a little bit for you history buffs out there. So let's take a look at the movie Oppenheimer.
This is a national emergency.
Detonator charged.
We're in a race against the Nazis. And I know what it means. If the Nazis have a bomb.
We have a 12-month head start. 18. How could you possibly know that?
We've got one hope. All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected here. A secret laboratory. Keep everyone there until it's done.
Let's go recruit some scientists.
Build a town, build it fast. If we don't let scientists bring their families, we'll never get the best.
Why would we go to the middle of nowhere for who knows how long?
Why? Why? How about because this is the most important thing to ever happen in the history of the world?
You're the great improviser, but this you can't do in your head.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
Chances are near zero.
Near zero.
What do you want from theory alone?
0 would be nice.
This is a matter of life and death. But I can perform this miracle.
World War II would be over. Our boys would come home.
That's happening, isn't it?
The world will remember this day. Our work here will ensure a peace mankind has never seen. Until somebody builds a bigger one.
You are the man who gave them the power to destroy themselves. And the world is not prepared.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Truman needs to know what's next.
2.
What's next?
1.
That was a trailer for Oppenheimer, rated R from Universal. This stars Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., and a bunch of other people. Even somebody looked a lot like, I don't know who they got, and I didn't check all the little actors, but whoever they got to play Albert Einstein looked a lot like him.
He did.
He did. I mean, they did good makeup on him.
They did real well. Now, we might as well tell everybody up front, Oppenheimer's like a 3-hour movie.
It is. Brought to us by Christopher Nolan, who likes to bring us 3-hour movies.
Yes, and the thing of it is the later part of the movie sort of starts getting back into Oppenheimer trying to get his security clearances and the trials and stuff that goes on. So that goes into more of that history buff person, you know. Of course, in all this movie, it's set after they move out to the desert to do the experiments and not up here at Oak Ridge.
Right, right. Well, they're doing the Manhattan Project, and that's where they build the town, and everybody lives there, and...
Well, they did that at Oak Ridge, too.
Yeah.
Everybody sort of was...
Yeah, because I live in one of them little houses.
That's right. So, but, you know, this movie right here, it brought up... Now, I'm sure they had historical facts checkers in all of this, but it brought up Oppenheimer's personality a lot more in this.
Yeah.
And have his pluses and his faults. And needless to say, in some of it, he almost seemed like he had a God complex.
Yeah, you get that smart. Look at some of these doctors. They think they got God complexes.
Well, you know.
And then the remorse he felt after they used his product.
And, you know, it was sort of, he actually was in there sort of talking about which cities they decided on and stuff. Now, I thought they did that very classy, that they didn't show anything of the devastation in this movie. And I think from people that seen it at the theater, they were sort of wanting to, you know, we didn't really see a big result of it. Well, let's get real. My dad used to say, he said, we were the only country that ever dropped 2 of them and nobody's ever done it again.
No.
And hopefully we will never have to.
That's right.
And as long as we can keep, you know, I remember it was a line that they asked Jimmy Carter. They said, well, we got to keep building these things. And he said, now how many warheads do we have? Well, we got enough to blow up the earth 18 times. He said, I think we got enough.
That's true.
You know, and now there's no telling how many more may be out there, especially with smaller countries having them that may be a little bit more volatile.
That's true. That's because a lot of them have them.
Right, but it all started from this man's vision and the knowledge that he brought with him when he come to develop this.
That's true.
And there's no telling what the U.S. put into it.
And if you add it to today's dollars, what it may have been when you added inflation.
That's right.
What that would have cost.
But I know one thing. He was a smart man. I don't know if that was what won the war for us or if it wasn't, but it definitely influenced the world.
It did. Well, I got some trivia about Oppenheimer I want to lay on you and our audience. Okay, Oppenheimer, to this date of movie releases, is the third highest grossing movie of 2023. It's the highest grossing wartime era movie ever made. It's the highest grossing biographical movie, I'll get it out in a minute, ever filmed. And it's the second highest R-rated film grossing theatrical ever filmed. What is the number one highest grossing R-rated film, Dave Williams? Mr. Movie Man?
Oh,
of course, I know this because I looked it up.
I used to know that right off the top of my head.
3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 time's up.
Okay.
The Passion of the Christ. With who? Jim Caviezel from The Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, and that was probably the number
You know,
one.
when I looked that up, because when I saw it, it said number 2 highest grossing R-rated film. I thought, well, what was number 1? And I was thinking something like, I don't know, The Godfather or something. And when The Passion of the Christ come up, it about floored me.
I could see that.
You know, but that's what it is
All
in movie
right.
world today.
There we go.
So if anybody wants a little trivia question, there's your little movie trivia. Maybe they'll have it at Smooth Rapids some night and you can win the ding, ding, ding on it. Well, that was our show for this week. Now, everybody, you start getting ready for Christmas. Holidays are coming, and don't forget about baking Jesus that birthday cake. So we hope to see you back on Reels to Rentals.